Hello everyone. So we've been talking about having the ability to create your own labels for quite some time, and in the latest beta version we started with the ability to allow you to print with for instance a broader printer your own labels. And this is an early development, but when you check out the website you will find in the installation section for the broader printer an overview of accepted macros that can be implemented in your labels, and when those label elements are detected in the software, it automatically stamps on the correct parameters after the workflow is completed. So for instance, if you have the requirement only for the capacity or only for a date, then you basically create a label which includes three things: a batch cell element, a capacity element, and then a date element. And once you store that in the Connect and Exchange printer templates folder, the software automatically picks it up. And when you open up your settings page, you can select your own custom print. So how does that work? I'll show you, and we'll go step by step through the process to get your own labels printed. And at this moment, we have validated the QL820NWB printer to be functioning properly. If you have a printer that's part of the compatibility list and you're using it, let us know, because then we can also tick the box that it is a verified device on our website. So let's start with the P-Touch and then we go from there. So the printer is installed, and as you can see here in the Connect and Exchange folder where you normally have your backups, your logs and your databases, there's nothing that shows any templates for printers. Now that is due to it being a beta release. So once you downloaded the beta and installed it, the beta comes with the pre-configured 5 different templates for the broader printer. So post the installation startup of the app, it will copy actually the printer templates onto the folder. But to do that, you need to make sure that you've actually opened up the printer settings, because during the printer initialization, it checks if that folder structure exists. If not, it copies the templates into it, and then you're basically good to go. So here you can see that I selected my broader printer, and you see also that there are now 5 templates available for the various label types that we've been supporting since the moment that we actually implemented it. Now, when you go back to the Connect and Exchange folder, you actually see that there's now a 4th directory called Printer Templates, and in the Printer Templates there is a broader folder which contains the 5 templates that were shipped with the software. Now, the easiest way to do this is select the printer label type that you have and open the existing template. And once you've done that, you can zoom in a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. You see that there are 4 elements basically on this label. There's a ETVM, which is a pre-configured element that contains the store charge, the low and high voltage, including the temperature. And this template you can change to whatever you want. So in this case, I'm removing the barcode and the ETVM, and I'm leaving in the batch cell. Now, the batch cell is a mandatory field in your label. You can't take it out. Now, when there is no batch cell, eventually it will print nothing. It will be empty. And what I do is I put the capacity on top of the batch cell later on in the video. Now make sure that in the expanded view you implement the correct element names, otherwise the system is not able to populate the correct fields onto it. And as you can see, you can layer in your label template multiple elements on top of each other without any problems. Now here we are going to add the capacity, and once that's done, here we add the date, and once that's done I'll show also on the website where you can find all those element names. So if you go to the MegaCellMonitor website and you select installation and then the brother printer, and the hardware support and then brother printer, you scroll down the page and you see that there are something like 10, 12 different elements that you can choose from. Now, when you have the expanded view, make sure that you enter those elements exactly as they are highlighted on the web page. So in all capitals, barcode or date or whatever you need can be inserted then on the template itself. Now, you go to Save As and you save your own created label into the Connect and Exchange folder under the templates brother, and you give it a different name. I would recommend that you leave the defaults in them. You could override, but yeah, if you do that, then you never are able to go back to the original document itself. Now you see that it saved your file, and when you go back to the printer settings and you select the drop-down list, it now also highlights your label. Now click Apply and then print a test cell, and you'll see that the printer pops up, it prints the label, and you should hear your brother printer actually start churning out this label itself. So, as you can see, the label actually printed, and it contains only two fields, which is in this case the capacity and the date of when the label was printed. Now the date will be the moment that the actual capacity, I need to say right, the date will be when the workflow ended and sent the label for printing. So even if it's in your print queue for a couple of days and you forgot to turn on your printer, when you turn it on, it will print the labels with the correct date on them. Now, there is, for the rest, nothing much to it. So feel free to mess around a little bit with the settings, create a few custom labels. And later on, we can also have a look if we are going to customize the actual data that you print on, for instance, a QR code. At this moment, it's a fixed field. You can't specify a formatting for that, but maybe in a later release we're going to consider using it if there is a serious demand for it. All right, stay tuned for new updates and have a nice evening.